Well, for years I've thought about doing a guitar that is a little more basic, streamlined. I wanted to build a guitar that I would want to buy. Most of my guitars are instruments that I've done a lot of, creative carvings and pickups and preamps and just really exploring a lot of the different features of a guitar. What can you do? Taking it to the limits, which has been incredible. But I approached this one, I was like, well, what do I want to buy? Personally, I can't afford one of my own guitars, so I wanted to make a guitar that I would want to buy. I basically came back to the beginning and said, okay, now let's build a guitar that I would want to play. That's in my price range. I've got sweaty acid hands, so high gloss guitars are really hard for me to manage because I don't want to touch them because I just corrode, everything. I'm hard on equipment, and I've been thinking about this for years and wanting to build something that's along those lines. So the formica thing, is obviously it's been done before. That's nothing new. And after playing some of those formica guitars, I was just actually really blown away at the tone with some of the string deflection off of that surface. Was, I think, really something about that adds to that baby grand piano tone that I love in a guitar, that crystal clear, very articulate thing. So we got a formica top and back. The headstock is also formica top and back. And the main body woods are the tempered tone woods, the baked basswood body and baked maple neck. And these are basically woods that are available and grown here in the good old USA, so they're accessible. The tap tone on these woods is just incredible. I mean, it is like a 50-year-old guitar body. You tap on it and it just rings like a bell. Everything started coming in together. I did build these guitars with the lipstick pickups, which I loved. The low output part of it is something that I was always struggling with, which is, you got to crank your amp up a bit, which can work in your favor. But at the same time, it's, I like that acoustic-y clarity that you get with those low output pickups. And I love the theory with those lipsticks where back in the day they took an already existing part, a lipstick tube, because of resources and what was available, and they made a pickup out of it. And I loved that idea. The parts that are available for lipstick pickups are basically the narrower, more modern style lipstick tubes that you can fit in a Stratocaster size pocket. Well, I like the old ones that are quite a bit longer, but those parts are not available to the average guy. So going down that road, that's when I found the cigar tube thing, which worked out just incredible. So the blade is a 3-inch long blade in there, which I love having, a good half an inch of pole sticking outside of the string spacing. And it's what that does is it just broadens the whole coil. It's a different sound, similar to the Charlie Christian thing, some of the old Dan Electro stuff, and a steel guitar pickup. The blade's longer, it's taller, it's also, I'm using a neodymium magnet in there, which helps bring the output back up. So it's actually reading at like a 3.1K resistance reading on the output, but the overall output is similar to what you would get out of like a P90. So it's like a P90 meets lipstick meets horseshoe pickup. I wanted to start off with the pivoted pickup in the middle position. And I gotta say, playing it there, I never once was like, oh, I want to go switch to another position. Like, it's just got the best of all positions right there. I mean, I couldn't be more happy with it. Yeah, at the heart of the whole construction is this neck joint. And that's, something I've been working on from day one is with my extended tenon. And it's what that allows you to do is you keep the nodal point at the neck joint. When you grab a piece of wood and you're tapping it, you've got to grab it on the nodal point, which is, about 20% of the way down, and pinch it with your thumb and finger and tap on it. And that's where you really hear the tone of that piece of wood. And so my theory has always been that's at that point is where I want to attach the neck to the body. And so going into this guitar, which is, inspired by a Dan Electro, the Supro guitars, stuff like that, some of those have that round bottom heel. The neck is just this continuous barrel. I like that idea. Basically, it helps with the side to side pitch of the neck. There's nowhere for the neck to go on the side to side, but it can also rotate in that round pocket. And so what we did is we ended up adding on the bottom of the heel and in the neck pocket itself a key system, almost like a dovetail. So the neck slides in but locks in place. So the neck doesn't pivot, it doesn't rotate, there's no side to side issues. And so that allows us to connect the neck to the body with one bolt on the nodal point. And how we connect it, instead of having a insert screwed into the heel of the neck, we're actually putting that insert on the top of the neck under the fingerboard. So the neck is truly pinched in there. That was kind of the final piece of the puzzle, is that's simulating what you would do when you tap on a neck to hear it, by pinching it just on one point. At this point, we've got a master volume and a master tone. The other main part of that is the hemp paper and hemp oil capacitors that are handmade by myself. I wanted something a little more retro, but after winding some capacitors, I figured out how to do it, and I'm able to get a little that beefier tone. So as you roll it off, you still get a nice, muscly, clear tone. It's just the highs are rolled off. So with the paper and oil thing, it's something I can do here, and I can roll them to the values that I want. So that's the other part, is that this guitar comes with my handmade capacitors.